Hey everyone, thank you for joining me for this week's Soulmate Twin Flame Oracle reading. I just want to thank you all for tuning in and all your comments and everything that you've given me this past month. Like I've mentioned this before, this is mainly the reason why I do these readings, because I really want to get these messages out, the things that I'm feeling, the things that are meant for you to hear. I really want to try my best to get them out on a weekly basis, and so far so good. It's been working out great. So I'm back here in the US, as I mentioned the last time, so things should be getting a little bit more back to normal. As many of you already know, I was in France for a few weeks visiting family and friends. Had a wonderful experience and time with everyone. I've also shared it with you all, so you're more than welcome to go to my social media sites, my Facebook and my Instagram, and I posted a lot of videos and pictures. It's just a beautiful time that I had that I wanted you all to see. Though we did have a lot of energy shifts throughout this month, actually last month and through this month, we're still experiencing them. And I really feel like this is all generated into one thing. Something for us to gain strength of and to really like gather what it is in our life that we need to eliminate. I mean, there are many different areas that we can look at, and I don't want to go into it, but this reading is going to be focused on generally about soulmates, twin flames, divine partners, and it's not necessarily a specific reading. I've mentioned this before, I've explained it, but if you've landed on this reading and it doesn't match up with the dates that are in the description area, it's actually a reading video that was given to you. It's signed, so it's something you should look at completely. There's messages given to you. Also, if you're getting other reading videos come to you, sometimes they're on the side of the YouTube videos. I always take a look at them. I love to get the messages right to me, because not necessarily that I'm going to pick them up. I can pick them up from other people, and you're also more than welcome to look through my other YouTube videos. So today we're going to be, like I said, this is a generalized love reading, and we're going to focus more on the soulmates, masculine energies and feminine energies, because we have them deep inside of us. But also, when we're going back and forth with people, you will know the differences. You will know that this resonates more with me, or maybe it resonates more with my soulmate. You're the only one that can really like determine that. Now, like I said, this is about you taking whatever message that is given to you and applying it to your life. Whatever resonates with you, because maybe sometimes the reading may not resonate with you right away. So I invite you to maybe revisit in the next day or two, or next week or month, or however you like to do it. So without further delay, let's begin. Okay, today you're going to notice that there is a total of 6 cards instead of 4. Now, with readings, any type of readings that is, you don't really need a large number of cards in a spread to get more in depth. It's just the messages that come through. Sometimes you can even do a entire reading with 1 or 2 cards, or you can have almost the entire deck in any reading. The thing is that I was led today to lay out 2 extra cards. When I was shuffling, I was meditating, and my angels and spirit guides have given me something more to give out, and it's been like that. I mean, I've been feeling messages come through since the past month, and I'm sure you have been feeling them as well, because we've been going through a lot of energy shifts, and as you know, the energy shifts sometimes can dominate a lot that happens in our lives, and we feel sometimes like it's overwhelming energy coming through. Not that it's a bad thing, but because of the solar eclipse and everything that has happened, the energized energies that have been floating around, I mean, most people are starting now to feel a little grounded after a few weeks, but for many of us, we have been feeling like an overwhelming energy that seems to be getting deeper and stronger, and not necessarily because it's a bad thing, but because there's a higher vibration frequency that is manifesting in the background of our spirits. And this is actually good, because it's kind of like, you know, the way springtime is when there is a flower blossoming and it's starting to bloom, it's starting to come through, it's a bud, and you know that there is something beautiful that's going to happen for the summer. So this is where we're at right now. We're starting to feel things happening. Like, for instance, I personally went through a lot of energy shifts with the solar eclipse, and I know it's, like I said, it's been a few weeks, but I did experience a lot of the physical effects. And right from the beginning of the eclipse, I don't know, it was just like, I wasn't expecting this, but I had a terrible headache. I felt very lightheadedness, and it kind of lingered on for the next days afterwards. But throughout the day, it felt like something was happening, something was shifting. I couldn't even really go outside with it. Now, I heard others are still going through this even after a few weeks. So you may be experiencing that. I mean, never stop going to your doctor, never stop asking questions, but it had a lot to do with the energy shifts and the solar eclipse. And I don't want to go into it because I know it's been a while, but when we're still recovering from it and healing from it, it can take a toll on many of us, and not to mention the energy. These things are all happening for a reason, to help us get stronger, to rebuild, to understand our true purpose in life. Sometimes we have to go through these challenges, sometimes just to realize what your meaning in life is all about, what you're supposed to be getting out of it, okay? So I just wanted to put that out there for everybody to understand that there's things that's going on, and maybe you're feeling it, but one thing you have to remember, things do get better. So you have to just focus on that, focus on the positive. So for today's reading, I decided to use Healing with the Angels Oracle cards. I felt that there's a special bond that I have with these cards. It's like these cards speak to me when there's tragedies or negativities, because they are healing. They are a healing deck, and I love them. Okay, so the first card that I pulled, Surrender and Release. Okay, now as you can see, this angel, she's looking up to the sky. She's looking at things that are around her, things that maybe she hasn't looked at before, she hasn't really let go of. She's holding on to this vase, and because she's holding on to it, I mean, there's things there that she doesn't understand, because she is letting the water, as you could see, just flow through from the crack of this vase. And the thing is that that's sometimes what we do to our lives. With the feminine energy is what a lot of us hold on to. Sometimes we tend to keep everything bottled up inside. Sometimes we keep that feeling of, no, I can't move forward. No, I can't do this, because our mind is fixated at, this is the way it has to be, and this is the way my life is, and nothing is going to change. It's just, it has to be this way. Thinking one-track minded. Now, this is never going to resolve itself, especially if you're in a relationship where that relationship seems to be going in circles. Maybe you've been involved with this person for so long that this person just doesn't seem to get it. This person just doesn't seem to understand. Not that it's a bad thing, but you're actually spinning your wheels, so to speak. It's kind of like you're not breathing, you're not living, you're not opening yourself to new beginnings, new horizons, and that can go on for a little while until you finally see the truth inside you, that it's time to release those negativities. Maybe those negativities is not like letting go of that person, because that's not always the case when it comes to relationships, divine partners, soul connections, divine loves. It's all about releasing that tension, that negative energy, that maybe it's excess baggage. Excess baggage being the feminine energy wants to be happy. The feminine energy wants to find that beautiful new beginning. But though they're not seeing it, because just like in this card, you can see she's not surrendering herself. She's not giving enough to what the universe is telling her. The universe is constantly guiding her, but she's not paying attention, because if she was paying attention, she would put her hand directly where the water is coming from and block it. Stop it from overflowing before it's too late, before she's empty, before there's nothing left in that vase. And she's stuck. She has nothing in her hands. So maybe you have something that you need to surrender in your life. Maybe there's something that you've been holding back on. Maybe there's something that you wanted to tell somebody. So like releasing the truth. Maybe you've been holding back on your feelings for that person. Maybe that person does not know, or you haven't really expressed yourself completely. Something is coming through that I feel this is a direct message, and this direct message needs to be brought out, because you're not opening yourself, you're not growing, you're not doing anything. You're really at a standstill when you need to release and surrender yourself, your energies, letting go, especially with everything that has happened with these energy shifts. The energy shifts are telling you it's time to start over again. It's time to start fresh. Maybe starting fresh is not moving on and finding somebody new, but more like taking a breather and saying, maybe I need to recharge. Maybe there is something that you haven't been looking at. So, like I said, this reading is more generalized, so I don't know your personal situation, only you do, and this is a message that is given that you need to apply it in your life if it does resonate, and if it doesn't, that's fine, because we have 5 other cards that we're going to be going to right now. So let's go to the next card. Healing. And that is so true. I mean, healing from whatever is in your life, healing by releasing and surrendering, you will start a healing process. And you could see that this angel is very calming as she's giving this other beautiful human being a feeling of healing, a feeling of light. I mean, we heal ourselves. Healing comes from within. We can't heal anyone, that is, but we can heal ourselves by healing and letting go, letting the natural healing process begin, letting the natural healing process take over and really send us to another direction in our life. Because if we're not empowering ourselves, if we're not growing, we're not healing. We are actually stuck. We are actually in the same place. We're actually in the place where we were at prior, but we did not grow. So maybe you're going through a difficult breakup. Maybe there is some things in your life right now. Maybe this person doesn't see you for what you are. Maybe this person doesn't realize. Not that it's a bad thing, but because it's something that you haven't really given thought to. Maybe you haven't really thought about, maybe this person is not truly who I think this person is. You have to understand that it's time to heal and grow and take care of yourself. Really, it's more about taking care of what you need, your needs. And that's where the healing comes in. Now, when it comes to divine partners, we actually send and receive energy to the person that we're connected to. It does not necessarily have to be a twin flame. There is other types of soulmates that we send and receive to. Many people feel that it's only the twin flame. We are connected in a way where the twin flame is our other half, but you can watch my other videos. I do explain the differences with soulmates and twin flames. And in this case, I'm just going to tell you, maybe you're connected to somebody that needs healing. Maybe you are not the one. Maybe you're not the one that is necessarily going through this negative time. Maybe this person that you're connected, your divine partner, is actually the one that needs the healing. And maybe that's why the breakup is happening. Maybe that's why there's arguments or negative energies happening between you two. It has nothing to do with your healing, but their healing. The masculine energy right here, again, is saying, I need healing. I need to explore. And your higher self is going to give this to you. Your higher self is going to give you these messages. You may be seeing different types of signs telling you, slow down, relax, don't worry, don't put so much pressure on yourself, because guess what? That only puts like a feeling of a standstill, a feeling of a stagnant energy. And that's why you need to heal. Sending light to somebody, or just giving in to what you feel in your heart to that person by meditation, by just talking to that person, just having a sit down. Sometimes that's all you need to do with this person. But like I said, when it comes to a divine partner, you're going to reciprocate the energies with that person, your soulmate, because they feel what you feel. And if you both are at each other all the time, arguing, giving bad remarks, and though you're hurting inside and they're hurting, there's a healing that is necessary for you both to go through. I mean, if you're hurting and he or she is hurting, where is it ever going to get resolved? Do you plan on changing that lifestyle, or you plan on staying there? You have to look at where you're at. Now that Mercury retrograde has been over since the past, I don't know, like a week or so, it's the shadow phase is fizzing out, and the shadow phase goes on for 10 days to 2 weeks. So now is the time to start thinking more about, okay, what do I want to do with myself with this person? Is this person truly someone that I feel that I can work out? I mean, I would definitely work it out first before making any kind of decision, because sometimes you'll find you make that decision and guess what, you're right back with that person. You know, it's not necessarily slamming the door, cutting ties, you know, cutting everything that you have with that person. Severing ties never works. And I've had people ask me, how do I cut the cords with my twin flame or my divine partner? Sometimes it's impossible to actually sever the ties with your divine partner, because there is a purpose for you two to be together. There is a purpose for this relationship to go on, whatever that means to you. Like I said, this is your situation. You have to work through it, but I definitely will tell you a healing is necessary for you. Okay, so let's go to the next card. Self-acceptance. A very deep card, and a card that I really feel that truly does resonate with me too. I mean, we are all guilty of this situation. I mean, sometimes we don't really accept certain things. Sometimes we try our best to change it, changing ourselves, changing to the point where we say, I want to make myself to the highest. Yes, I want to be in a higher vibration, of course. But though, are we really doing it? Maybe we're sabotaging our own happiness. Maybe we're not even going into a place where we find happiness within inside ourselves. Maybe there's an insecurity that has always been in the back of our mind with all of this in our lives, and we're not even focusing on self-love. See, that's basically what it all comes down to. If your self-acceptance for yourself, you are giving yourself self-love. And I know sometimes we get caught up with work, we get caught up with our family, friends, spouse, relationship, and we tend to neglect the true person that is in our life, our BFF, ourselves. And we just say, oh, I'll do it next time. Oh, I'll do it later. Or I will start taking care of myself, you know, in about a month or so. Or I'll wait till the beginning of the new year. Please don't even go there. That's a few months away, and you need to do it as soon as possible, ASAP. It's crucial for you to get through whatever you're going through. This is all relating to the same thing. So releasing and surrendering and healing is self-acceptance. Okay, maybe someone you know, maybe someone that you care about in your life. Maybe it doesn't have to be your divine partner. Maybe it's a family member. I'm feeling a message, a friend, somebody in their life, somebody in your life, I should say, is not accepting themselves. And maybe you are the one that can actually help them. Maybe taking them to a yoga class, or taking them out for maybe a coffee, just talking to them, giving them this feeling that they're accepted by you, and automatically they will accept themselves. Sometimes when you're not accepting the love in your life, you can't attract a person to come into yours. Just like if you're dating, and I always talk about this, you're searching, you're seeking, you are getting out of a bad toxic relationship, or you've got out of a bad toxic relationship a while ago, and you're still searching for somebody new, or maybe you never had anybody. Maybe this is why the message is that you need to start accepting yourself. If you're not the size you want to be, and yes, I know a lot of us women and men too, we struggle with our physique. We try to be as healthy as we can, but you know, that's a total different type of topic, and I'm not going there right now, but I'm just giving an example because I personally feel that it's a message given out to somebody. And if you're not happy with the way you look, then I know it's easy to say, well, do something about it, but maybe it's not that easy because you have a lifestyle that you can't. But when you start one step at a time, taking it out little by little, and I always say start with the basics. Eating healthy, eating clean, eliminating alcohol in your life, or cutting back, whatever it may be. Stop eating fast food. I just feel like this is such a crucial time for you right now that you need to start detoxing the chemicals and the byproducts or whatever you've ingested in your life. Maybe it's a time to quit smoking. We've all done it. We've all been there. We're all human. We tend to do these things in our life that we maybe are not proud of. But you know what? Our life can change and our bodies change, cells change, everything changes. We can go from point A to point B in no time, but you have to start somewhere. The thing is that you have to start somewhere to self-accept yourself for who you are, what you look like, and enhance it. It's all about enhancing. You can't change it, but you can enhance it so that you can feel good in your own skin. And you will attract the person that is meant to be in your life, whoever that may be, if whatever type of divine partner, divine soulmate, twin flame. There are so many different types. You just want to have a companionship in your life. Maybe you're not ready for commitment, and maybe you're just looking to keep something light and basic in your life, and that's fine too. But whatever you do, it starts with self-acceptance. Okay, let's go to the next card. Emerging. And as you can see, this young child angel, I should say, this angel is emerging. This angel has so much light to her. And the flowers that are beneath her, as you can see, are blossoming. They're emerging. It's just like what I talked about with the beginning of spring. When I said it starts somewhere, it starts to become buds, it starts to slowly pop up out of the ground, and you start seeing those flowers in that next month or two start emerging. That's the same way your life is. When it comes to your relationship, maybe your relationship is not seeing you for who you are. Like I said before, that healing process needs to take place, because if that healing process doesn't happen, you're never going to emerge. You need to get out there and start doing something about it. You need to start being the person you want to be. Maybe it's visualization. A lot of you have asked me, how do I visualize? How do I say my affirmations? How do I do all of these things? They're very simple. What you desire, what your intentions are, put them out there. You can write them down. I always talk about getting a planner and just writing down what you want. Not just for that month, but maybe for the future. And maybe they seem like dreams and goals and just times of what I want to feel in my life. And maybe I will have these things in my life, and maybe I will get them. You have to start from somewhere. You have to start from the basics. If you don't start dreaming and visualizing and bringing them out, they're never going to happen. If they're all locked up inside you. I've seen this happen with so many people. Maybe the base of your goal is just, I want to be happy and I just want to feel love. Maybe I just want to find love in my life. Well, you will have it. You need to put the positive affirmation out there every single day. Saying negative things every day, saying negative things to yourself every day, putting yourself down, not feeling good about yourself. Maybe you do love yourself, but you're not feeling good about yourself. Maybe you look at old photos of yourself and say, I wish I can be the way I was back then. I'll take that picture and put it in that planner and say, I plan to be the way I felt in my life. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to necessarily be the physical, but the way I felt. I was so happy when I was in my 20s, or I was in my 30s, or whenever you felt the most vibrant in your life. You can't find it by thinking negative for your outlook of your future and looking at the future and thinking to yourself, it's gloom, or it's negative, or it's just something that is not happening for you. Happiness is in your future. Happiness is going to happen, and you need to practice saying these words to yourself every single day. If mornings are difficult for you, I mean, try it after you have your coffee or in the afternoons. But I like to do it before I head off wherever I'm going in the morning, because even if I'm saying them, my conscious mind is repeating it over and over. It's kind of like a positive affirmation that plays over in my life. I mean, you can sing a song to yourself. You can put a song that maybe is don't worry, be happy, or, you know, I mean, something that really just brings a smile. I mean, you have to really smile in your life in order for the emerging energies of love and light to come into your life, because nobody is going to put it there. Having a relationship in your life that maybe that person came back into your life after 20 years or 10 years, and you two are starting over again. That person is not necessarily going to give you the happiness you're looking for, because sometimes that person is looking for their own happiness, but working together, you two can actually emerge together. Maybe starting out this relationship with a positive note and giving to them, you know, more about let's enjoy each other. Let's not go back into what happened in our past, and let's start rejoicing in the love that we have for each other. Or maybe you're working this relationship out and it seems like it's a little bit of a rocky time, maybe a roller coaster, and that's fine, because that happens to a lot of people. A lot of great power couples have to go through challenges. Trust me, I did go through them as well with my husband. But working them out and finding the true picture of where your life is headed is going to help you, because like I said, all of these energy shifts, and maybe this reading, you're watching it and it doesn't resonate with you right now. Maybe it might resonate with you in a week from now, or in a month, or maybe a year later. But whatever it is, you will understand it. So it's good to revisit this reading and maybe other readings that you've watched before. You can put them in your favorites, however you like to keep them together. That's what I do. I'm just giving you an example, because you'll be surprised on how messages just pop up out of the blue and say, wow, I watched that video and I really liked it, but I didn't really feel it as much as I feel it right now. So this is why these messages sometimes are extremely powerful, that you have to pay attention to, and they just come right out at you. This is why I do these readings, because I know that there's a lot of people out there that need some kind of guidance, some kind of spiritual help. And of course, you're more than welcome to book a reading with me, a personalized reading with me. But in the meantime, I want you to get something for yourself so that you can find your own sense of serenity at that time, because sometimes it's not convenient for you to get a personal reading, or maybe you're waiting on a specific time. So whatever the case is, I mean, that's up to you. But that's why I want you to see that it's time for you to emerge. Okay, so let's go to the extra card. And what I did was I pulled out these cards to give out the extra message, and the extra card is actually romance. So romance is actually in your coming month. Romance, something with a romantic energy, is going to start emerging. So whatever these cards were talking about, I really feel like these messages, that extra messages I should say, are supplementing them and telling you what is necessary in order for you to gain strength. Now, the romance, that is a good card for you whoever is in a relationship right now. Maybe the relationship is not exactly smooth sailing all the way, but romance is going to get stronger. Maybe you're not in a relationship, so maybe this is a time that you're going to find that romantic energy. Fall is coming up for a lot of us, and spring for many of you as well. But romance is what you need to look at. Romance is in your destiny for your future. What these energy shifts are centering is romance right now, because romance is the heart, it's love. Maybe it didn't seem like that at the very beginning, because you have to work on yourself. Energy work is necessary in order to come into a divine union with your soulmate. If you don't work on yourself, if you're not ready, and if that person, your divine soulmate, is not ready, well, guess what? The both of you cannot come into a divine union. It's more of like the universe is going to say, it's going to take some more time. You need to work on yourself. And maybe you feel like this is a challenge in my life. Why do I have to go through this? And you might have anxiety about it. And that's a whole different topic where you have to focus on yourself and focus on what is necessary in order for you to heal. Okay, so let's go to the next card. Meditation. Meditation is the outcome. Meditation is what this angel of love is doing right now. In order to gain a higher consciousness of love and vibrations, you definitely need to meditate. You need to focus on your self-center, your spirit, and really focus on what intentions that you're looking to apply in your life. Maybe it's not about just you. Maybe it's about the people around you. Maybe it's about sending a light to the people who are in need. And for instance, the people who are suffering, the people like in Houston and in Florida, maybe sending them a healing light. Just say a prayer, give out what you feel, love, and just give into unity just so that everybody can unite as one, because it's a difficult time for many of us, but it's even a more difficult time for those people who have lost their home. But what I'm saying to you is that you have to empower yourself and meditate, because by you meditating, there's an energy exchange. When you send out your love to the people who are in need, you're giving so much of what is deep inside of you. The love, the light, the universe. And when you do this, you get so much more in return. Your spirit is uplifted and you are just rejoice in love. And that's what it happens when your vibrations just go right through the roof. I mean, it's all about you meditating on yourself and meditating on your soul center, gaining strength with your divine partner, gaining strength with heart-to-heart energies and conversations with your soulmate. Maybe your twin flame needs you right now at this time to help them get out of a negative bind. Maybe they can't get out of it and they need you to help release it. Maybe they're the ones. Maybe this whole reading doesn't necessarily mean that it's all about your situation, but like I said, the negative and feminine, it's combined, that they're the ones that need it. So whatever it may be, it has to resonate in a sense where you're going to just send off that beautiful healing light to that person, to those people, to where you're feeling your divine partner is calling out to you. And that's where you need to just focus on it and release and surrender, because they're the ones that need the healing and the self-acceptance. So this is combined. This is a combined reading for the masculine and the feminine energies. It's going to resonate with you, but maybe it's also resonating along with another person that you're connected to, that you need to focus on a healing, a new plan to help, to give out. And this is why it is best that you just take a breather and just sit back and not focus on so much why things are the way they are, but focusing on your soul center. Okay. Maybe you find that this reading resonates with you in many ways, but also maybe you know somebody that can benefit from this reading as well, and you're more than welcome to share and pass it along and post it on your social media sites, whatever works for you. So I really hope you enjoyed this reading, and if you would like to book your own private session, I do offer many different types of readings. I do offer phone, chat, and email. Now, everything is listed on my blog. I have several of them, and the links will be down below in the description area. So you can check that out, and also check out my blog post. There's many articles that I write about soulmates, twin flames, divine partners. The thing is that I haven't done any lately because I've been super busy this past month, but I do plan to very, very soon. I've been working on it. So I've been extremely busy, so please be patient when you do book your reading. Sometimes you may not hear from me within 24 hours, it may be 48 hours. Welcome to email me if you haven't heard from me. Like I said, sometimes they get shuffled in all the emails that I get. I do advise you though, also, when you do book your reading, please use the submission form that's on the payment page, because a lot of you have been emailing me, and that's where it has been taking more time to get through them, because I get hundreds of emails. I mean, I'm telling you, and sometimes it goes in my spam mail. I don't know why. Also, check out my other YouTube videos. I have different videos about soulmates, twin flames. And also, I want to thank you all for the comments that you leave. I really appreciate it. If you like my video, please give me the thumbs up. It makes my heart just feel so loved. Also, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to post them in the comments area. I try my best to get to them as soon as I can. Lately, it's been a little crazy, so if I haven't gotten to yours, I will very shortly. Thank you all so much for subscribing to me. It means the world to me. And if you'd like to subscribe to me, that's great. I really appreciate it. So until next time, God bless and namaste.